Good evening, everyone, and welcome into this a special event into the People Manager HR community. And this event is especially to leveraging the L&D practices into the industries. How you can that initiate the activity, however you are initiating, but ultimately how you are reaching to the excellent and the experience and result through the L&D practices into the organization, which is one of the key pillar of the HR practices. We are going to address that down. So far there the in Zoom around the 10 or 15 member has been joined. So I welcome all those one by one. Then we are going to quick start this today's special session. This session we have been invited Dr. Naipal Singh. So later I'm going to welcome Dr. Naipal Singh to address as well as to share with you how she has been achieved the tremendous the practice the result through the learning practices in this era of the AI, and what are the practices you require to ensure while achieving the outcome required by the organization when you have been the different L&D practices into organization. The L&D practices that are the cost, but at the end how you can assure the results against that cost you have been expense, either it is the time or it is the expenses you have been originally made engaging your workforces, where you are making them out from your the time of the working, as well as you are engaging the external faculty for. In that part it is important for the organization, especially it is the HR or the L&D function, where you must have to be focused on as part of ensuring the ROI through the investment you have been done, as part of what are the time which has been lapsed, the productivity has been lost for that particular time, where the industries especially or the organization within their time the slot has been allowed through the time of the day. You have been capped out some people for your learning and development. So at the end, what would be your ROIs that we are going to be catered through this today's special session? So here I personally welcome all those members who has been joined into the Zoom live. That is Amulya, welcome you here. Chandana M, Chaya DJ, Dheeraj Chobe, as well as Galaxy M20, Mu Muktas and Muthu Kumar, Nishkala Mukta again, then Nishi Purva. Many of them has been joined here. So kindly before we start, could you share the location where you have been joined, so that we can know that whom has been joined from which location. We expand it through the okay, welcome. So just Mukta has been joined from Pune. Kindly share in the chat your location especially, so that we can know the participants from which location has been joined. Oh, there is Dheeraj Chobe from Nepal. So first participant who is out of the boundaries of India, and Muthu from Bangalore has been joined. Mo is coming here, Bangalore. Amulya from Devangri. Where is Devangri? Please, any renowned city you can mention here, please. Oh, Karnataka. Thank you so much for clarifying it that the which is a noun city. So here we, as the People Manager HR magazine, my name is Viraj Singhvi and editor-chief and promoter for the People Manager Academy, as well as the People Manager magazine, and whom we are invited, that is Dr. Naipal Singh, who is the Chief Human Resource Manager for one of the government leading bank, and he is joining from Patiala right now in this special session. That is a special learning for the human resource, People Manager Human Resource Network. And so far here Vidya joining from Assam, Karnataka. Thank you so much, Vidya, to be part of this special learning session with Dr. Naipal Singh today. So now bringing further to, it is now the 9:05. We have only the 1 hour. This community we have to leverage. As I mentioned here first, the initiative we have been done, this is especially reaching to the 100 million HR professional globally, empowering them to the real world of the human resources, so that you can become an inspiring HR leader with an awarding career. So if you see in the background of my screen, We are also launching the it is saying the conference, but in the Dr. Naipal Singh screen. This is the award. Is we are initiating one award for the Tech and Talent HR Reward for 2024, where we are especially rewarding the 100 number of inspiring thought leader in 2024. The criterion I will share at the end when this session would be happen. So it may be go around 10:10 or 10:15 maximum, because this platform we have been designed specially for empowering the HR professionals. So now bringing through, so here and now across the 20 number of the participant into the Zoom, as well as the LinkedIn, there are the many person and the participant has been joined. And now I'm moving you through the presentation here. One of the small presentation we have here, going with before going with the discussion, Dr. Naipal Singh on the L&D practices, the innovative L&D practices in the era of AI. So as of now, when we consider the human resources, so as that part, human resources is one of the key essential for every businesses. Even though there are the many studies has been shown, many thoughts has been come out, it would be the human resources may be replaced by the technology, artificial intelligence. But as part, when I can say, or I must have to say, we are the emotional human beings. Any technology, whatever advancement would be there, the emotions cannot be changed or replaced by any technology. So that's why the relevance of human resources would be there. The relevance of human resources would all be there, and this relevancy would always happening and existence till the businesses are there. So as part of all this journey, so how we are moving with this new concept we have been designed for specially empowering the HR professionals. So let's now I'm moving through you with the presentation. That is a 5 minute of presentation. Then after we are moving to the discussion with the understanding the innovative practices, how into the government bank the Naipal Singh has been implemented and how successfully he has been initiated the practices in the era of AI and ensuring the 100% of return on the investment has been done for the organization. So here in this platform, it does not mean only from the private sector. We will bring the thought leader, the top thought leader from India as of now, but further we are going to be global too, so that we can create a global community of the 100 million people by 2040. So now let me share with you the presentation. Here the 5 minute presentation for you, what we have been into the agenda and how we are moving, and ultimately the objective what we have been I have been shared. So here is Nisha from Chitradurga, Karnataka. Welcome you, Nisha, here. And they are also from Karnataka, so many people. You can write your location where you have been joined into this today's late evening, the special session of to the community of HR, People Manager HR Network, the new initiative in 2024, and with objective to the 2047 making India as a developed country. But as part of the human resources, our objective is to empowering the HR community from India to the globe. So when it is come to as part, I have been shared with you the objective of this today's discussion with Dr. Naipal Singh is the innovative talent practices into the era of AI. What industries can do? You have all, you are from the different industry, you have been initiated these. Deepak Ashish joined from Mumbai. Welcome you, Deepak, in this today's special session. So when it is come to the L&D practices, so every industries you have the L&D practices, but we can learn from each other. Every practices you have this special initiative done. Similarly, what would be your feedback, your questioning? We will have the 10 minutes of the question and answer session at the end with the Dr. Naipal Singh, so that we can collaboratively define a way out to what can we learn from each other as well as the thought leader. We have been invited today with Dr. Naipal Singh. What he has been ensured and successfully implemented the practices, learning the practices, and ensuring the everyone the ROI onto the investment. Either it is the time, it is the productivity losses you have been done, and then it is the finance at the end. So however, when I will invite Naipal Singh, Dr. Naipal Singh personally, so he will explain about his journey himself. But I don't have much word to tell about Dr. Naipal Singh's the experience, expertise, and the journey so far, especially into the leading government industries or the public sector undertaking. The public sector bank, one of the Indian big banking. Naipal Singh is here. So when it is come to the journeys, we have been starting one initiative for the reaching to the 100 million people by 2040, empowering the HR globally from India with this platform of the people manager. So that's why we given the name as the people manager. We deal with the people not with the mind, people with the heart. HR is required to be walk into the heart. When you are working with the heart, definitely you are going to become the successful human resource leader, and you will be in a demand for the globe in the future. How we are also a part of leveraging your reach to the globe. So that's why here is the one another initiative we are going to launch. However, this has been launched with this initiative where the 100 number of the people manager network member, we are going to reward them with the tech and talent reward 2024. The journey we are going to share with you in one of the another the launch of one another program. We are going to launch on the 4th of May. So later I'm going to share that with you. When you see in the bottom line, this is the art of possible design for the unconventional. Here, when we go with the challenges of the organization, we face the two struggle by the HR professional. What is the discussion into the boardroom and what is the expectation of the bottom line? In between, the HR become a football, and that practices or that challenges, how that has to be tackled, we are going to address throughout this platform, and this would be the object. So that's why we given a theme for it, and the art of possible, we are making it into the unconventional time, in unconventional situations. So that's why we are bringing you through the award-winning career too. However, as I say, the art of possible, how we make it. Many of you maybe have, if you have been attended are the virtual conference on tech and talent, which has been held on 31st March. So that was a great learning from the different the global level the speakers we have been there. If you see all these speakers, we are bringing to this weekly basis discussion so that they can guide properly to the people manager, the HR network community to learn from these the global thought leaders who has the great experience, reward winner. We are bringing them to here, and ultimately this platform is objective to how HR dealing with the people and ensuring the business growth, aligning with the future tech, where you are creating, you are influencing with the tech, and how the tech they can create real impact into the organization when your approaches are most importantly there. Then into this difficult time, the velocity to shift how we can make. So that is altogether making it the impossible. They're making it more possible into this unconventional time in all the way 2024 and beyond. Then it come to as part of the People Manager HR magazine, as I have been shared, we have the platforms. So the People Manager Academy, where we as I shared that we are going to reach to the 100 millions of HR professional, creating a community globally, how we are reaching to there. We have the 4 paradigm defined, how we are going through. For that, we have the People Manager magazine, where we provide you the thoughts, the expertise, experience report through a monthly basis, daily basis, and weekly basis. Then we have especially the academy, where we are landed with the practical courses and program for the HR professional within your range of pocket. So here, when it is come to the how we leverage, we are leveraging for the People Manager community through event. Similarly, the event, it is going to be happen today. Then the conferences, and every quarter we have been scheduled the conferences. So in this year, we have the 4 conferences which already has been held. One on the March 31st, second is going to be coming on the last Sunday of the June 2024, third is going to be last Sunday of October, fourth is going to be last Sunday. It is not just for 2024, every year, every quarter it is going to be happen, where our objective to reach with the 100 million HR professional the community globally. Then we have the magazine. That magazine had the 3 different portion, where you are getting on the daily updates into the era of the into the domain of HR, what is happening on daily basis in globally, India, and different continents. So far we have around 25,000 people or the community who are the at different platform connecting with the people manager. It is academy, it is the magazine, where we have been daily reader into the major country, USA, UK, then Canada, Singapore, and Germany. So these are the countries where the 50% of our community who are on daily reaching to our website and the people manager. And as part of the the weekly magazine, we have around 500 readers, and then the magazine on monthly basis we have around the 200 subscribers so far. Then after we have the community which we have been initiated, so there we are growing too fast. So when it is come to the all the journeys, when it is going to be further, we are also launching one new program for the HR, that the people manager HR community, that is the mentorship program, that is going for the 6-month program for the member itself, who are the member already has been taking the membership for the people manager. They are going to be start their journey. So that is altogether making your career as more award winning to the domain of HR. So at the beginning, I have been shared with the 100 people from the HR how we are going, so that in detail I'm going to share with on the 4th of May 2024. So now let's hear one thing which I want to share before. So now I am going to welcome Dr. Naipal Singh for the discussion today. Before that, I'm going to share with you that how you can reach to our website. So here I'm putting that into the link, so you can reach out, go through our website. However, maybe through email or the team member, backend team has been shared it with you. So you can check it here into the, so now here you can just go through our the website of the people manager. There it is landing the academy also. So now it's going further to with welcoming Mr. Naipal Singh, Dr. Naipal Singh here for this platform today. So I can see you here now. So welcome, Dr. Naipal Singh, and this is the discussion-based learning for the community, where we have been invited Dr. Naipal Singh, as I shared into the beginning. Dr. Naipal Singh is the Chief Human Resource Manager for one of the public service undertaking or the public sector bank. Dr. Naipal Singh here into this platform, especially when we consider about the practices and the innovative practices into the era of AI. We are into the phase of the technologies. So first of all, I would request you to how, as in the government sector, when we have been working to the private sector, that is especially focusing on the objective achievement or the goal achievement. But as part of government sector, what is the L&D practices you initiated your journey? Just brief it out with our community so that we can understand about the practices, how you are dealing with, and how ultimately the great result you have been drawn.
I will share the one or two incident which happened in the beginning of my career when I started my journey in the bank. And I joined the personal officer at traditional post position in the HR. Earlier, the department was known to the staff department or the personal department. So I would say one incident after joining after 2-3 months, I have been advised to undertake the recruitment of sub staff in my organ. So, and there was some technical things happened because there is some go as per the government guidelines. There is rosters, reservations. There is there which we have to comply, and it was the first time being happened there at that state. So I was the new. I was not aware about the. My boss has asked me, "Do you know the roster or what happened?" All these things. I told I am only aware by the name, but not practically I have done anything in that. Okay. So he asked me, you just ask in the head office who is looking after, and go to him and learn whatever he told, whatever required to you. So I approached to the head office person, and he gave me the time. Next week you come and we'll tell you. So after 1 week I reached there, and my boss also told me, you will not come unless you will not be confident. Whatever you will not, you have to learn everything whatever required to do, because you have to do it, uh, fulfill the requirement. So I reached to my head office and asked there. So he gave me one book and give some few papers, and told me, you go through that book. So, and I refer there some papers there, and he, after 2 3 hours, he told me, you go and go back to your office and home, and you take my number and ask me whenever you require. Whenever, because you will not learn the things just going through the books, but you go once through the books, and whenever you do practice, as and when you have to face the problem, ask me, I will clarify you. So it was totally new. The roster, it little complex things. So I came to my boss asked me, you have learned? I said, yes, I have got, and now I can proceed further. So he has told me, go ahead. And so I proceed further and prepare the required document, and whatever the required need, I ask the head office and they clarify me. And within the 2 3 months, I processed, because in the name of the recruitment in the public sector, if you have the one vacancy, it's open advertisement, and public uh, apply in bulk. Because prior to me, there was one happened for one post, there are 10,000 application was there, and the whole office has been engaged to scrutinize that application. So everybody was scared. This time you could not face such kind of situation. So I was little bit scared. So fortunately, it's not happened, and hardly 600 or 700 applications have come. So I scrutinized, and within the 6 months, I have recruited 16 people in the cadre. So here, the point here is to the first incident, the learning is it's depend on you, and the support of that senior authority of your boss is most important. Here, I would quote one doha of the Kapil Sahib. If you don't mind, it's Hindi. पहले दाका शीस भया तनमन अरिया शीस पीछे दाता गुरु भया नाम दिया बख्शीस. It means the first giver है, that is the disciple, and second, because he has to sacrifice everything, his mind, body, and soul, to learn something. First, he has to surrender himself to learn something. Second, his guru, who has to teach him. Second data is the guru. So one has to be keen to learn, and one has to get the support to learn that. First incident
Yes.
was that.
Yes.
Second incident in the first 6 months was that they got the one opportunity to attend one training in one reputed training institute in Bombay. So my senior officer was nominated for that training. It was the external training institute, and international level institute was, and the program was very advanced. I was the new to that advanced HR program, but everybody, unfortunately, he could not attend, and other also in my department had also refused to attend that. Fortunately, I was ready to attend. So I have been nominated, and fortunately, I have attended. It was a 5 day, 6 day program. I have attended that program. It's a wonderful program. I could not still the memory on my uh, mind of that program. Still, I carry that memory. So that program has changed my perception about the learning, about the practice, about the keenness, about the advancement of career. So in that program, I have started after whatever I have to learn, I have to practice, and also I have to write something. So since from that position, I have started to writing the about what I'm learning and what I'm seeing around in my organization. I have started to writing form to share to contribute to the literature as well. So that program change and which also give insight me to do the research work also, which helped me in further also further. So that incident also give seeds me some new things, some new ideas. That program, which helped me along in or still is helping me. Third incident was uh, in the after 2 3 years of career, I have pursued one diploma program, training and development. It's a 1.5 year diploma program from the Indian Society Training and Development. In the last semester, I opted to do the project in training and development in my organization. I asked for some policy and some feedback form, some required things which has to fulfill, and after that I could go through that and prepare some reports. But I could not get in my the document required, and I move here and there. I visited head office of different training institute, but nobody helped me. And they have informed me that we don't have the any policy on training, and we have the board approved document. So they have the calendar training calendar. They have share me training calendar. Rest of the things they have refused to share. Okay. I was surprised that we are not having the training policy and we are having the annual calendar, and we are saying that training calendar is the policy of the bank. So at that moment, I decided whenever I got the opportunity, I will prepare the training policy for the bank, whatever the best policy in the organization, in the industry. I have take the firm and I completed my project and submitted. I got the diploma. So after few years, I got the position to be posted in the head office, and I wherever I have applied there, and these were the 3 incidents which shaped my whole career till now.
Yes,
The
great, doctor.
journey which I learned from and
Okay, so here are the 3 points which has been shared by Dr. Naipal Singh. Number one, first you must be passionate about learning. Whatever the learning practices you have been adopting to the organization, that just not be an the formalities as in every organization that is happening. When you are an custodian of the learning and development into organization, first focus to the perspective of both. Number one, it is about to create the mindset of your people what need to be drive through your learning system. So that's is the first the initiative and innovative practices you require. Second is there, however, internal trainings that may not be good, you have to adopt the external also where the AI would help you further as the part of technology, the leveraging it to the delivery part also and making it more creative and more engaged. But as part, you have to initiate the learning which you have been learned outside, but that must be aligned with some projects too, so that you can drive the right kind of the result to the organization. Third one, the incident which has been shared by Dr. Naipal Singh, that is about the where he has been learned and he has been took up one assignment of the diploma program. Then he come to organization. There was not a proper document of your trainings and learning and development. What is there? So third initiative, the innovative practices to that it must be black and white. When I say the black and white, it means there should be everything documented. So altogether, when I sum up it into these 3 points, It is required, number one, when you are going to the learning and development into initiative the practices, there you have to identify who are keen to learn, not as the shipyard. Second, it must be documented. When you are documenting it, it is going to be a principle of learning for you. Never it can be forget. It can be give you the boost of in your career, and it would also be guide to the other who are coming behind. Third one, it is about when you are learning or you are creating, when the any individual coming out from a trainings, you must have to initiate some project to them. So that because you have been investing for the regular jobs, you are paying the money to them. But the additionally you have been expenses, either it is the training cost, it is the time you have been taken, support you have been taken, that is also the cost for the organization. So in that part, there you must have to engage them with the curriculum activities along with the some project, then you can assure the learnings of the actual learnings from your the that the training practices into your organization. So now next I would ask to Dr. Naipal Singh again, as the journey we have been went through the success story, there are the three practices which has been shared by Dr. Naipal Singh. Now the it come to the how the especially there into the ensure the right learning path for the workforces. How in the banking industry you ensure the right learning path for workforces, in what level, who should be given what training, how you are ensuring that, what are the practices in the public sector are there?
Yes, right. So wonderful. In the beginning, what I have seen, the training is imparted to the employees because the banks are very concerned to provide the training to the employees regular basis, and all the banks, public sector banks, have a wonderful infrastructure of their own of trainings infrastructure. So, but the issue was find that the training only given not to whom the required training as per the need basis. It's not as per the need basis. Or training is given to the spareable person who could be easily spared. Means if I am performing well, I need some particular training in particular domain. I will not be spare because I'm not spareable. The person who is easily spareable, who is not affecting, who is not contributing at the office and easily can be or creating any hassle in the office, can be get rid of the away from office, easily deputed for the training, and he that person is repeatedly, it means uh, in the particular office identified some person, if the training comes, he is particular that repeated person will visit to the training college, and the need based training is not provided. So that was the very lethargic and not a good practice, which is not result oriented, which is not giving any output to anybody. It's lost two sided. So it has been refined, revamped later on, and further the newly recruited officers have been provided the training, because there is a learning model 70-20-10. As we all know, the most of the learnings is on the job, and 20% is from the senior base, or the seniors have through his experience teach, and 10% in the training college or the classroom trainings, only 10. It could be varied as per the organization set. So in general, most of the learnings is happens with any employee at the desk. So the 20%, for the 20%, because the senior persons carrying the knowledge, because everything can't be documented. So that part of the knowledge, which is they learned over the period, the senior person, we have introduced the mentor-mentee concept, and through that way they groom the person, and that transfer of knowledge in the best way, and the easily in the short span of the time the people have been prepared for the particular assignment or particular role. So it was the wonderful initiative in our organization. And then we have introduced also every year each officer will go undergo one training at least 3 to 5 days. around at least 1 week, one has to attend a training in a year. If somebody is repeating twice or thrice, he go return from the training college, because at that time online training was not available. Was not in the concept, but only the classroom of physical training was there. So it's costing too much. It's one TADA. It was not a paid holiday. The training, because we have strengthened the training colleges and the faculty is engaged, so they have provided the training. So the everybody got the opportunity. The earlier was the spareable person. Now the everyone getting the opportunity to get the training. Sec Third was the role-based training. If someone is working in the credit or working in the risk management, that person is nominated for the training or credit or recovery, which were relevant to him. What is as per the optimization of training? Optimization means if the person already trained or skilled, because he has already optimized the level, so he is not going to be nominated. He is sent to the advanced program. So that's the and another is competency based learning. Competency means as per the competency. If somebody technical background, so he has his competency being raised. So on the basis of his requirement, his skills upgraded. And continuous learning concept is because the certification is already there, but one can do the courses. So continuous learning. So right kind of training is given to the right. The earlier was a spareable person. Now it's with the domain based or as per the need of individuals or recommended by his supervisor or senior.
So now it come to the second submission where we ask that especially the how you can align the right the learning path for the workforces. So it is about in the every organization the same situation you may have been faced. Here only either into the operation line they are just sparing those people who does not have any work, either they are attending the in monthly 5 and 10 trainings. So when it is come to the innovative practices how you have to move, it must be number one need based. So there the first you have to be create one charter of your the learning path. It would be started with your the annual planning through what is the right skill. Have you been the talent audit into your organization? That is one of the key. Actually who required what trainings, when you have been identified this part who required but the need based, either it is into the bottom line, then it is scale based, then it is the executive based and the management based. Accordingly you can define. Second one, it is about the where as the formula shared by Dr. Naipal Singh ji, that is about the 70-20 and the 10%. When it is come to the learning by doing, it is the really the very innovative concept. Who have first we discuss about the mindset of learning, who want to be learn, who want to be improve themselves, who want to grow in their career. So what they do, they always try to learn from anywhere. Eyes of a paper, whatever has been mentioned, that is the learning to them. So in that you need to be identified. So there number one, create it at the desk, basically the jobs what can be, what is required to be improved, that is part of your plan. Second, it is about now the 20% learning from the seniors, their experience, their challenges, how they have been overcome it. That is the key for especially developing your organization into the right workforce and the skilled workforce to the organization. Third one, the external trainings are there. However, when it considered earlier, as the doctor said, there was no platform of the online trainings, but now it is available. Today, due to this the technology, we are at the 10:30 p.m. learning from Dr. Naipal Singh. What are the experience he had so far and the innovative the experience he has been, the innovation he has been done into the government sector. So now it is going to the part number three, and that is about the how the when you have been go through the first understand the need, second your the planning of the learning and development, who required what. Third one, when it is come to, so now I'm coming to Dr. Naipal Singh, the role of career progression, the plan is how extent it is important for reskilling and upskilling, which is the new terminology post COVID. So how the what you say that the role of the career progression plan into the reskilling and upskilling, how extent it is helping to provide the right kind of the talent or the workforce to the organization.
Yeah. The career progression is very important. It's uh, very fast in the public sector, in banks. The career progression is, you can imagine, assume that at the age of 45 or less than even 40, one can reach to the top management cadre from the within the 10, 15 years of span, 15, 20. Like there's a in banking sector, there's a six cadres. One is the workman cadre, which is called the clerical and sub-staff. Second is the junior management officer, JMG1. Second in middle management, scale 2 and 3 officer. And senior management cadre, scale 4 and 5 officer. And top management cadre. There's a five cadres, four cadres in officer cadre. And another is a board, which is appointed by the government, central government. So each cadre has their different kinds of role. But there's a role change. If somebody switch to next level, in now we have introduced the training mandatory training. Earlier it was not the role on the basis of role change. One, if we change the cadre or change the role, the training is imparted, provided to that fellow. If somebody of senior management to middle management to senior management, the training is imparted with external institute, external faculty, or with the internal, as per the requirement, as per the provision. So their internal training is provided there. That is the operational basis training is provided in-house in the organizations, in the bank, because banks have the very wonderful infrastructure. Each bank have their own training setup. They're the faculty, their senior level faculty, and all the faculty developed in-house, and some external training. So external training means there's a management institute or some external agencies are be nominated, appointed. Through that, the training also imparted. So assessment is there as per the own senior executive cadre, and learning is on the learning part is become the appraisal process. The learning, the continuous learning, because the skilling, reskilling to upgrade the skill, because banking is very fast changing. The technology is very adapting very fast in the banking sector. So the skilling and upskilling is very important parcel of the banking job. So digital is very fastly adapted in the banking sector. So one has to be update, adapt or die in the banking sector, especially. So there's so learning has become the part of the appraisal also. In our annual performance appraisal, some marks have been allotted for the learning purpose only. There are 10 marks given assigned to particular. So people be concerned to learn. There's a some in there's a two kind of the courses. One is the mandatory, another is the domain based, or a quarter basis. One has to learn quarterly to complete the quarterly. So, and besides that, these mandatory and learning courses, there is some certification courses one has to acquire, like the risk. If somebody want to work in the risk, he can't be posted immediately in the risk. He has to acquire the particular qualification before posting in the risk. Similarly, forex or treasury. So, and credit. So these they have to specialize skilled. They have to acquire that particular skill, then they can be posted in that. After over the period, they can get the experience, and uh, regular focus on their skilling through the internal, through external or certifications. On possession of certification, bank also reimburse the fees and give the incentive to acquire the certificate to the employee. And so many organizations have been empaneled, like IIBF, like Udemy, and appeared the educational new online courses have been also empaneled, and there are so many courses the employee can do as per their requirements, uh, as per their interest also. So that is the reskilling and skilling. They are banks are very focusing because technology is being adapting in the very fast. So their skill, the employee has to be relevant to the requirement. That's
Okay, so thank you so much, Dr. Naipal Singh ji. So when it is come to, I submit for this the third the session of this learning. So when it is come to the career progression, so as the Dr. Naipal Singh said, they are in the government sector, especially have the cadres. When it's we consider about the private sector, there we have the labels. So particularly we consider it as in the band. In 4 5 band, there are then it come to the labels, then designation. So in moving to the label or grade, one grade to another grade, so there particularly it is based on the recommendation of the departments, especially visit the generally through the your promotions. But as part of the practices which we can learn from the public sector government's organization, so when switching or moving to the another cadre or the other grade, so there the person has to go with especially undergo some trainings. Then after the evaluation is there, it is especially you can align also with the your the competencies, the label wise competency would also be there adopted. And in those competency level, the person has to be clarified, that will person drive through the needs of the training what required into the particular level their jobs. Even though the government sector, there are also the option to when I want to move any such grade career separately, so I have the opportunities. But for that I have to go through undergo the trainings and learning so that it would be totally adapted. Now the public sector banks into the era of the artificial intelligence, they are adopting the technology and ensuring the reskilling and upskilling is most important function for the human resources and creating the real kind of resources for the organization. So when it is come to the real kind of resources to the organization, so now second I want to know with Dr. Naipal Singh, the organization expectation for the skilled workforce what is into the public sector banks, how you moving with, as you have been shared, there are the different cadres you have to go. Now come to the organization expectation, especially as part of the learning and development or the skilled workforce.
yes, the expectations of the organization is always on the high side from the especially as from the skilled employee, because they are the performer. They are skilled as the performer, and their expectation also high from the of the organization. They have been the provide the personalized trainings, customized trainings, personalized content delivery, and there's a concept of over-induced or expected contribution. Over-induced means low and high. If though we put on the x-axis and y-axis, low x-axis offered inducement, what we are offering and what we are expecting on the y-axis. So there is a kind of the one is where the low quadrant. Low quadrant is the status quo, no expectation, no investment. Second, if we go the under investment is the low offered. We are of investing in low and high expected. So under investment, we are expecting only, we are not investing. So third quadrant is the over investment. We are investing offered high and expected low. And the fourth one is the high. That is the mutual investment, where in the mutual in that quadrant we are expecting high or investing high in that. So at that there is mutual consent, reciprocal position is there. If somebody is offering something, one is getting equally, like somebody is the promotions, postings in public sector, those two things are very important. The two three things, first is the appraisal, posting and promotion. And these three things are like the kind of the offer and expectations. One is given to promotion not only basis is performing well. No, for the person who is exceeding the expectations of the employer given the promotion. So the normal beyond the normal expectation or outperformance, one was showing that get the reward. So that is the the employer expect from the employee to get the routine things done. Besides this, like one has to drive, self-motivated, and collaborative for and respect for self and others. Few things these has one has to they expect, and the one another is that the person be dependable. So dependable means trustworthy, the credit worthiness. One can rely that his boss can trust on him, because the senior officer has so many things to do. He can't go eat and every paper minutely. So he has the team on which he could rely. So when the paper comes, he could sign it easily on the face value of that person. So that kind of the trustworthiness, only positive attitude. The employee one had the positive approach. He is not everything's proposal comes and he deny. No, one has to have the positive approach and spread the positivity in the organization, in the team also. Same discipline, punctual means deadline. One consider the timeline also. So, and help others means building the teams. A leader is called the leader only when he build his own teams and develop the people and desire to grow and build a relationship. On the basis of these, the one can get the good team. If you will prepare the good team, you will get the good team, because whatever you are giving to others, you are getting the in reverse. Communicate effectively with clarity. Role clarity is very important. Team role, if you have the four member, everyone has the clarity in their roles, so there's no conflict and no complexity. So, and another, self motivated and learn from the mistakes. One has to be capable to learn from the mistake, accept the mistakes, because it's a big thing to accept the mistake I have done. So he can learn from the mistake. If not accepting, he is not learning from that. First has to accept the mistakes and then can correct his mistake to accept that and learn from that. So the that is kind of the expectations of the organizations, and to deliver the results like the timeline, deadline, and that's all.
Fantastic, Dr. Naipal Singh. So, when we sum up from this discussion here and the submission by Dr. Naipal Singh, it is going to be when, as part of the private sector, it is rarely happening. So, it is the as like in the give and take. When you are there, the regular activities you have been hired, that is the part you are paying regularly for that. When your promotion, when your the appraisal, and when you are posting to the another location, another jobs, that is depending on the learnability, the trustworthy, because the banking system and banking job are very risk oriented, that is a financial matter. The trustworthiness is there, so that's why the expectation of the organization are different. The same level of the expectation can be generated into the private sector. Even the private banks are, we are talking about the other, like the it is the manufacturing sector, it is the service sectors, which is not as part of the like banking one. So there your the innovative the practices into the banking system, that is going to change your whole concept at the end when we empowering the HR through the people manager platform. So through your practices and the client practices in your organization, you can empower your organization too. So what the ultimate workforce required, the skilled, reskilled, upskilled, ultimately that must be on the expectation of the organization. That is the most important activity and function for the HR professional to be developed and dwell into the organization. Now, when it is come to the expectation, we have been understood about from the government to the bank especially, and then it come to the when it come to the for especially to the Dr. Naipal Singh, the innovative L&D practices, how it look like for the your perspective in short. So we I want to know about it, how it look like actually innovative practices are what.
The public sector banks have innovated well and last a few in last decades implemented so many new things in the banking sector to update their employees. Like in our organization, we have to revamp our training system. We have set up a training advisory committee, which is headed by the chair MD, and we have put one external member of some reputed management institute, which gives us some input. And another point was strengthen our training infrastructure, develop faculty development program arranged for outside faculties, outside institutes, and selecting domain faculty, and also adopted the structural changes in the organization. We have brought the verticalization in the organization. So mean specialization category one is not in generally what specialization category verticalization have been created in the organization, and framing the training policy, the best in the looking after the all the banks and practices and policies. On the basis of that, the best things have been put and been implemented or brought in the policy. With the newly recruited and the provision have been implemented the mentor-mentee concept in the real, which help a lot to the newly recruited employee to groom them in short span, and empanelment of the external institutes to provide the training and to management training, to us technical training, to our employees, induction training, and deputing the more and more employees to external institutes. Like because we don't want to be wells in the frog, we have to look outside what's happening. So peer industry, peer organizations, and cross sectors, cross industries, what's happening, what practices have taking place in the different. Implement 360-degree also have been able to for the improvement of plan to develop their development plan of the employees, and competency exercise have been taken for senior people, and to identify their best attributes, and transfer of knowledge to the seniors, like the grooming through the assigning a mentor and mentee, alignment of the training policy, training aspect, training calendar as per the business corporators goals, business thrust. So the training alignment has been made accordingly and training imparted. We are not counting the numbers. We have really transferring the people, transforming the people, what they have learned and what they are implementing at the desk. That kind of the environment have been provided, given in the organization at the training center. Focus on the evaluation part also, which is called the ROI. Field have a kick-by-tick model have been trying to first or two levels. And ROI, we can't say that we have measured the ROI because it was very complex in the beginning. So we have focus on the evaluation part of how it is affecting the program, how it is affecting the faculty, the effectiveness of the faculty and effectiveness of that program on the training at the workplace of the employee, and implementing the learning management system, online trainings, self-paced trainings. So role-based training implementing, use the technology in the training systems, and the people can learn through themselves as per their requirement, as per their interest, as per their competencies. That's
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Naipal Singh.
that's all.
So when it is come to the innovative practices, so how it look like? So there are I can define it into three special segment or the dimensions. Number one, it would be you required the skill. When it is required skill, it must be aligned with your organization need and goals for the year. Second, it must be aligned with now the infrastructure. It is most important. It is not as the Dr. Naipal Singh has said. Private sector, especially focusing on the numbers, we have been delivered such number of the trainings, but it not be there. It should be at the outcome of the learning, delivery, expectation to their jobs required. Third one, it is about now that how the technologies are there, how you can go beyond to the sparing of your time into the work, so that there are after hours the self-paced learnings are also there. Some the recorded training would also be there, and ultimately it is the evaluation is most important. And in that evaluation, the third party overview must be there so that you can align. Similarly, the practices our private sector, it is they have the concern train for the expenses, but some initiative you can take up. Now there are the AI also, you can utilize that. You have the internal, the expertise, who have the old people into organize their experience. You can also align those learning to the new hires, new generation, so that you can cope with the actual workforce, the skilled workforce you required. So when it has come to the part, we have been now understood from the government sector that the innovative learning practice. And finally, I would ask to Dr. Naipal Singh that the when it come to about, or it come about the HR challenges, that especially to initiate the innovative L&D practices, hurdle, and what are the solutions?
Just a very challenging question because it's the future oriented.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
we talk on the basis of the time and space, and like if we take the on x-axis the space and different, though axis and the upper side the time. So the different things like the we have the at present scenario, we are the like the work people working from the home, people working from the office, different countries, different geography, different culture. We are integrating, and the future is towards that. So we have to look the in the time and space the digital OB, the digital discipline. As we have to understanding of the digital products, digital understanding in our employees, in our digital products. So in the days to come, that we have to understand what the AI can do. AI, like we are working in different, we are scattering across the globe, the people, and we are integrating them and we are monitoring them. It's the AI help there and to monitor their performance, to coordinate them. So that kind of technology can help that, and IoT also will help over days to come. Further, uh, the concern, the challenges in the organizations like us, the top management consent and focus is very important. If the top management is concerned to the L&D practices and they are keen to bring the best in the organization, the things become very easy. Similarly, like we have to being the public sector or government's stakeholder, we have the so many compliances like the regulators. We have the regulators. We have the compliance for vigilance. We have the CBI like that. We have to comply their guidelines also. So to procure anything, so we have to follow the process. We are binding with the process. We can't go in haphazard. It consume time. Sometimes it takes a longer period, and because over till when we adapt the things they brought to the implementation, that things become obsolete even in other in peer organization private. So these things are the challenges in the organization. Priority of the top management in the is more on business. Uh, the limited time they spend on learning and development, HR, because these treated as a sport function in such organizations, and they understood they consider that they're expensive. They are the expenditure side. They are, however, these are the enabler functions. They enable to the main functions to become strong. Them the adaptability to change is very important. We are adaptable. Public, all the organizations, so all the employees are very adaptable because we are adapting the so fast technology so fastly, and focus on required organ management focus is required to measure the things are importantly, and we are the defining the roles, positions, and responsibilities. We have developed job friendly and
Continue.
developing the KRAs and OKRs, objective key results like the new term, role-based competencies. These has to be mapped, and on the basis of that, we have to give the promote and placement, give the placement, and we have the adopted. The organization also adopted the employee first approach, and the treating employee with best facilities, and giving employee the good learning experience, good place to work, and uh, all these things accumulate to the good citizens organizational behavior of the in the organization to the employee, and give the good experience and good learning experience in the organizations. So there is challenges, of course, but we have the way out also, and we are uh, capable to cope all the challenges days to come in the future also. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Naipal, for Singhji, for delivering this great insight on the innovative practices into the public sector organization as part of the era of the AI. However, when it's come to the artificial intelligence, that can helping us into the short part of the working and smoothing it. But when it is come to the delivering the results, when we are dealing with the people, you have to initiate your own practices. So now here we are picking up some questions for last 5 minutes. So here is one question which come from Deepak Ashish. So he is saying that the good companies ensure the personal growth of its workforces in holistic manner along with their professional growth. Ultimately, these practices take these company from a good company to a great company. And question is, how advent of the AI going to alter above proposition? First of all, what we consider the AI that the good companies. So you see the IT companies and there are the globally organized, they are kicking out their employee. So what the growth holistic they have been seen, and what ultimately when it is come to as part Dr. Naipal Singh has been said, that is about the organizational goal. Whatever the company is there, so they are looking their profit, they are looking their ultimate goal that must be achieved. No value to your employee, whatever you are technology savvy, you have been learned from the great to great of that the institution, you will be kicking out. So as the question to now Dr. Naipal Singh ji, just elaborate this at the end, and how advent of AI going to alter above proposition. Can AI helping or especially altering this
Uh,
advent? Yes,
Thank
please.
you, Deepak.
Yes, please.
Thank you, Deepak, for asking this question. And like the AI, AI, it's helping to change the dimensions. It's not going to to replace the anything, because if something comes, it also carries something along with that also. Some things it's something good is happening, some bad thing is also happening equally. So it's the change will the AI will go to the good to great or the advent to the company and the profit provision. It will only reduce the cost, help if you implement it, it reduce the cost, but simultaneously it will implement also brought to adapt the cost. So it's up to the organization to organization. It's in the organizations, because without AI, organization can grow, and because the time of AI, and we have to adapt it, and because it's a digital time, we have to we can't go away. We have to take it and help as its advantage, and certainly it will help in the all other processes also. That.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Naipal Singh. When we consider about the holistic growth, that is the part of action. But into that AI, how it is going to be helped? It is making the organization their expensive, which on the holistic growth or individual, the personal growth, they are picking the like the trainings we have been discussed, the outside 70, 20, and the 10, the 10% of the model into the learning and development. So AI is helping into that background work of the organization, like preparing of documentation part, then analysis part. So that is going to be little bit that helping to the background jobs, but in part of the holistic trainings and developing that holistic growth, it is helping into that, not going to be as part of the downsizes it as part of only to the cost, it is going to be helping them, but other side it is helping in all the way to the organization when the AI is there. So is there any other question by any member, so they can ask in the chat box? Okay, so I consider there are no question, only one question which has been asked by Deepak Ashish. So thank you so much, Deepak Ashish, for asking this question. And now I also, with great heart, thank you, Dr. Naipal Singh, to giving your time for this 1 hour of practices, the innovative practices shared from the public sector organization, how they immerse with their organization's need of the skilled workforce into organization. Either it is part of the skilling and upskilling, reskilling and upskilling for the organization. And secondly, that is all for this today's session, and all the participants who has been joined into the different platforms. So I also thank you all the members of the people manager HR the network who has been joined. And similarly, the weekly basis these sessions are going to be happen, and we will also welcome you for that, the information we are going to share with you. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Have a great thank you. So you can visit our the website also. There you can go for the daily updates, magazines, everything. Thank you everyone. However, this video is going to be reached to you possibly by tomorrow afternoon on email, so that you can learn from these insights if you do not have been made the notes from this learning. So it is our responsible to share with you the insights, so that our platform and the our objective, so that is helping the HR professional to empowering them for the great extent and make them ready for the future. So thank you sir, everyone. Is there any question by anyone? Otherwise we are binding it now here at